Tom and Jerry, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I hope you don't mind, but I need to ask this. What in the name of fuck is this? Is this somebody's idea of a joke or something? The very fact that Warner Brothers made their Tom and Jerry version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory pisses me off already. But the fact that it's this bad, my god, I can't believe I'm even talking about this. Not to mention that I'm not a Tom and Jerry fan to begin with, so I haven't seen many Tom and Jerry movies, but that's a topic for another video. Before I get into the review, I just want to point out that I've only seen Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory without seeing the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie from 1971, but I am aware of the differences and similarities. So let's just find out and see if this movie is just like that boat ride with Oompa Loompa Tuffy for 75 minutes. But first, I want to talk about the very few positives this movie has to offer. First off, the animation. Honestly, as much as the animation isn't that good, even by the standards of a direct-to-home media film, there has been some effort put into it. Keeping the original character designs, the settings and backgrounds are nicely done, and especially those sets inside Willy Wonka's factory. Yep, it really is that nice and beautiful. On top of that, the voice acting is also nicely done. Nothing spectacular since they don't even have a very prominent cast, but hey, at least they put in some kind of effort.
One day I'm gonna get out of this bed and help him.
Oh, Dad, you've been saying that for years.
Yeah, that's all I've got. Really, that's all I can consider good about this film. Now onto the bad. Again, I haven't seen many Tom and Jerry movies in my life, which also includes their crossovers with legendary movies from years ago. But the way I see it is that when they do a crossover like this, they just want to cash in that success of the original. While I'm sure that can be debatable with their Wizard of Oz movie, there is no denying in the case of Willy Wonka. The biggest issue with this film is that it doesn't have an identity of its own, nor does it even try to. Instead, it focuses all of its energy on trying to be like the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Therefore, it's near impossible to watch the feature without finding at least a handful of strong similarities.
You're a cheat. How can you build up a little boy's hopes and then disappoint him like this?
I said good day!
What makes it even worse is that the movie just ends leaving all of these plot holes and unanswered questions. I mean, what was the point of Willy Wonka's plan with testing Charlie? I just didn't get that, and I didn't see the point of it. Somebody please tell me. Besides, it's bad enough that it copies the 1971 original without understanding why the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was so successful in the first place, leaving this thing with absolutely no charm or any form of likability. Not even those musical numbers are able to do anything about this movie's blandness, since they also feel like they were pretty much just copied from the 1971 original.
The Candyman can 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
I've got a golden ticket. I've got a golden chance to make my way.
If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it.
But what makes this film even more painful to watch has to be the comedy. Literally. It brings out so much slapstick and other things, yet it's barely even worth a chuckle because it was done so poorly.
Tom, what happened to you?
That's it! I'm gonna get you candy thieves if it's the last thing I...
What about the characters? Well, since I'm not a Tom and Jerry guy, why should I even give a shit about Tom and Jerry themselves in the first place? The rest here are just as bland and generic as you can expect them to be. And even if they have some kind of effort, then they won't matter because the writing is this terrible. However, Willy Wonka himself has to be the worst among the human characters. Because, my god, I never heard Willy Wonka sound this boring in my entire life.
Stop. Don't. Come back. I know. She's turning into a blueberry. It always happens when you reach the dessert. Oh well, I'll get it right in the end.
There's really nothing spectacular about any of these characters, so in a way, you can't seem to care about anyone. Oh, and they have Tuffy as an Oompa Loompa intern in this movie. Honestly, I didn't even care about Tuffy either. Not to mention that they pretty much make him anything they want when it comes to Tom and Jerry crossovers, especially with their version of the Wizard of Oz.
Oompa Oompa-loompa-doopity-doo.
Going back to the animation, I already stated the few positives that it has. After all, a part of me doesn't want to go too hard on the animation since the animators did what they could to make it look like an animated version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. However, even by the standards of a straight-to-home media release, it is understandable that the animation is not that good. Sure, it's not easy having very little money to work with, but it feels like it was fiddling with the animator's creativity. It's especially noticeable with the character animation going from being limited to over-the-top cartoony, where it could be possible that the animators even tried to cut around corners to save some money.
Everything about this factory.
I got a golden chance to make my way.
Besides that, they are slewing!
On top of that, the animation is also one of the issues for the lack of comedy. It tries so hard to be wild and wacky and zany, but all it does is make the movie look worse than it already is. Will I say that the animation is the worst? No, but then again, I can definitely say with confidence that I've seen better. I think I understand now why Warner Brothers had to cancel their future direct-to-DVD Tom and Jerry projects. This movie is nothing but an absolute disaster and disgrace towards a cinematic classic. From the lazy rehash of the original, to the unfunny comedy, to the dull characters, to the weak animation, there's nothing redeemable about it. I may not be a Tom and Jerry person, but I can definitely say to anyone who is a Tom and Jerry fan, stay away from this piece of shit. There are many other Tom and Jerry movies you can watch. In my opinion, this is not just one of the worst animated movies ever made. This is one of the worst movies I've never seen. Period. Therefore, I'm giving this movie a 2 out of 10 and a red thumb down. I just want to hope that the next time I'm visiting the Tom and Jerry universe, it won't be so painful. See you later, dudes!